How are you doing?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing very well myself. Thank you so much. How has your day been so far?
My day has been good till now, I would say. The
All
same
right.
routine.
I believe, sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't catch that.
I was saying the same routine which I follow every day.
So it was a usual day.
Yeah, it was a usual day.
Okay, awesome. I believe this is your first session with me, correct?
Yes, this is the first
So
session.
welcome to your first session with me. And before we begin, since this is the first time we're meeting, I would love to know a little bit about you before we begin.
Sure, as you can see, my name is Sonu Singh. I come from the state of Bihar. I was born in Bihar, brought up in Delhi. And by profession, I'm a digital marketer. Alongside, I teach English also to beginners. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love playing cricket and listening to music sometimes. Yeah, that's all about me.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing about yourself. My name, as you can see, also is Shalini. And I was also born and brought up in Bihar. Although you said you were brought up in Delhi, I was born and brought up in Bihar. And for the last couple of years, I've been working in the capacity of an assistant professor of English, where my core job role has been to enhance learners' ability to communicate better in English. So that is about me.
Where
Did
do
you
you
have a
work?
chance? Sorry?
Where do you work as a professor?
In GLA University, it's a private university in Mathura.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you have been working. You're working all day.
Yes. So when we talk about work, right? Our session note has a lot to do when it comes to work and workplaces. Did you have a look at it?
Sorry, your voice was lagging. You're
Yeah.
talking about the notes, right?
Yes, I'm talking about the session notes. Did you have a chance to go through them before the session anytime? Okay.
Yes, I had gone through it.
So it talks about startup versus MNC, correct?
Yeah, that is.
And the first question that is written in the notes, I'm glad you went through it because it makes it easier to get into the session and not having to give you a context of what the information is about. So since you've gone through the notes, the first question here is if you get an opportunity to work in an MNC or a startup, which would you prefer and why?
Okay. So I would say I would prefer, if I'm a fresher, I would prefer, if I have a risk taking ability, that also depends person to person. I would personally prefer going to the startup, joining a startup rather than MNC, because in startup, you will get more opportunity, right? You can contribute, you can contribute in companies' big decisions as well. And if company succeeds going forward within 2-3 years, you will get a better opportunity, better remuneration. And uh, if you keep on doing the same thing, going forward, you can become the director of the company as well. So in startup, basically, you get more opportunity to learn new things and to give your opinion in open. And yes, there is a risk of failing of startup. If it doesn't work, then it would be difficult for you to get the new job. But if you have risk-taking ability, so I would prefer to joining startup rather than MNC. Moreover, if I talk about MNCs also, on the other hand, if a beginner person want to establish or start his professional career, the person can go for MNC as well, because there you learn a lot, you get a better training as well. Alongside, you get the exposure of new clients and the work environment, right? You learn a lot, but uh, there is a drawback of MNC in terms of if you upgrade yourself for the next level, there would be a lot of challenges for you to upgrade yourself or get a better position in MNC. There would be hiccups. There would be some challenges which you'll face, because there would be people who won't let you get their position.
All right. What we're talking about here is what we call the glass ceiling. Have you heard of this term before?
Once, no.
All right. So that's something new. So when we talk about glass ceiling, it is the maximum potential within a given industry or organization beyond which one cannot reach. And it is meant in a negative way. For instance, because the remuneration organizations, hold on. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just giving you an example for more clarity, and I think you will be able to pick it up really easily. So when we talk about breaking the glass ceiling, we talk about moving beyond certain upper limits that are created within the structure or within the industry or even within the organization. For instance, the remuneration is so low, one cannot expect blue-collar employees to break the glass ceiling. So when we talk about glass ceiling, it can be that a person cannot move beyond it or cannot break the glass ceiling because there might be some kind of discriminatory practice. There could be some rigid structures, for instance, the one that you just mentioned. That is a case of not being able to break the glass ceiling because it's quite impossible to reach a senior executive position in an MNC as compared to in a startup, right? This would be an example of it is easier to break the glass ceiling in a startup than in an MNC. This is an expression that you can keep for your corporate vocabulary. So far, I love the way that you are presenting yourself. And since you already mentioned to me that you yourself do teach beginners, right?
Yeah, I recently have started.
It's quite good. You're able to use connectors very well, such as moreover, on the other hand, which eliminates the filler words from your vocabulary altogether. So far, I love the diction, I love the pace of speech, I love the use of vocabulary. I think there is no correction that I would suggest, at least not so far. But obviously, enhancement, there is always room for improvement, whether
Yeah,
that's
that
native
which
speaker
is
or not.
something, it is keep on learning process. What I believe,
Yes,
it is not
absolutely.
something within a year or 2 years you can say that I'm perfect in it.
Yeah, nobody can say that, to be honest. Somebody who says that clearly is imperfect.
I would say Shashi
So,
Tharoor will say that. Say this that.
yeah, but he doesn't, does he?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
There
say.
you go. You were talking about how you also worked as or work as a digital marketer, correct?
Yeah.
So then,
Like yes, I
go
have
on. You
started
can
my
talk
own
more
business
about
now.
it.
Like I do not work for any company. I work as a freelancer.
You work as a freelancer. Okay.
Earlier I used to
So
work 6 months back, but now I work
mhm,
as a freelancer.
I see. So if you could become an entrepreneur, what would your startup be about?
Since we are living in a digital world, like so, I would also go with the digital thing. If although I do not have knowledge about tech and all, uh, since I belong from PCom background, like commerce side, right?
Hmm.
So, but yes, I would also go with the pace, like technology, as since the technology is moving so fast. We have Chat GPT and other things in the market. So I would
Yep.
also going forward, if I get a chance or uh, if I have money in future to open a business, so I would also open a digital company related to digital things. And there are digital market is a wide market, right? A lot of things comes under digital. So I would also go with that. Currently, I'm doing some affiliate marketing part, which is freelancing. Yeah,
All right. I've written a sentence for you in the chat. Would you want to change anything about this sentence?
I belong from commerce background. I come from commerce background.
Yes,
You can
come
say.
from is more natural, right?
Yes.
I come from would be more natural than I belong from. Besides, belong takes the preposition to. I'm sure you're aware of that. Correct? So we
Yes.
don't say belong from, we say belong to. And here it's actually a misfit. So you corrected yourself quite easily. That's great. Another something that I want you to keep in mind is um, you used a number of times the word thing, right? So digital thing, I am not so knowledgeable in this digital thing, so on and so forth. If you had to replace this, how would you do that? I'm typing a sentence similar to what you had constructed, and you can tell me how you would want to go about it.
I would digital field. I would prefer.
Yes. Digital field or even digital world,
Yes, digital.
right? I do not have much knowledge about the digital world, or
Yeah.
the digital field would be more appropriate. So that would eliminate the repeated use of thing, right?
Yes.
So these are just very minor errors, something that if you're talking to somebody, they would not probably flag it. It would not come across as a communication barrier at all. So we are not focusing on accuracy, we are focusing on refinement. Since
Yes.
accuracy is already something that you have achieved, so we will focus on refinement. Moving forward, it is often believed, as the session notes here read, that people who come from business families can make more successful business as compared to others. What is your experience and observation on this?
Yeah, I would say yes, this is right. That people who come from a business background or business families, they often have an advantage. They get advantage of experience of having experience living in a business environment and business family.
Mhm.
You do get better connection in the market, and you get capital which is required for a business, right? And
Mhm.
these two things are very important for opening a business: connection and the capital which is
If I
required. And
ask you to replace the word connections with a more appropriate term, what
network,
would you say?
you get better network, right?
Great. Yes.
And like if you live in a business family, so you automatically learn how to uh, like do certain things in business and take decision. Your
Mhm.
decision making ability also enhances during the time which you spend in your family or business environment. So you learn a lot. Yes, this is an advantage, but it is not 100% correct that only the people who come from business background they can do good business, or they can uh, enhance a better business, or like they can become successful. It is not like that. This in current scenario, I would say people come from low background or humble financially background. They, if you have for a good business, what I believe, if you have better idea, better planning, and you if you have 50% of skill regarding that business, sooner or later you will become successful. You need patience, consistency only, and some financial capital support which is needed. That you can, if you're educated, knowledgeable, you get it through bank. Okay, so it is all about entrepreneurship is all about taking risk and your planning and consistency. You have to be patient about whatever you want to do. It is not about business only. It goes with the learning this language as well. you have to be patient throughout your journey. You can't say, yeah, it is becoming boring. In terms of language, also a lot of people say that it is very boring. Sometimes I feel like dropping it. I can't do this. Sometimes I used to also feel like, yeah, I can't do this. It's boring sometimes. What I'm doing every day is repeating the same thing again and again. So this is the process which you have to follow.
So trust the process, as they say.
Yeah, trust the process. In every field, like, yes.
No, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
No, I was just saying, in every field, whether you are playing cricket, whether you are learning any art, or whether you are an entrepreneur.
So irrespective of any field, this is universally applicable.
Yes, right? It's universally applicable.
I've written a sentence for you, and there's a term that you might want to add to your vocabulary, but I first want to check whether or not you are familiar with it already. You can read out the sentence.
Being born in a business family helps someone develop a business
acumen. Naturally. So business acumen is a term that is used, which means the ability to navigate business. What we otherwise say mindset or capabilities, that is summed up as acumen, right? So you can say that people who are born in families who are engaged in business, they naturally develop a business acumen. However, someone who is not born into such a family may not have an acumen, but they can develop it. And of course, they can, like you said, trust the process. So that's another word that you can add to your vocabulary. And the next time you're talking about business or business acumen, these are words that can be used.
Okay, yeah. Business acumen.
Do you think lately Shark Tank and other shows similarly organized around the idea of entrepreneurship or investment in early startups have taken the world by storm? They're all over the internet. They've taken a strong hold over viewership as well. Do you think that they've influenced more people into becoming entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I believe the Shark Tank. What was the name of that person who was very famous in Shark Tank when first Shark Tank came on Sony television, I guess?
Yeah, Ashneer Grover.
He's very blunt. Yes,
Ashneer Grover.
Yeah, just because of him, a lot of people got to know about Shark Tank. To be very honest, he was all over social media, on Facebook, Instagram. His memes were all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes, and just because of him only, I got to know about Shark Tank. To be very honest, and then I watched like 2-3 episodes only. But yes, I wanted to see him how he acts, how he behaves basically. So coming back to your question, yes, Shark Tank shows really helps people who are aspiring to become an entrepreneur going forward, right? It helps in many sense in terms of taking funding as well. If you have better pitching, better planning, and idea, you can go there and pitch, right? And you will get the fund as well. Apart from that, by just watching, you get business ideas because people are coming there pitching their ideas. You can adopt that ideas and you can plan your own business as well, right? Second thing, you get to know about that. Yes, whoever in life becomes a big entrepreneur, they fail.
Entrepreneur. Sound.
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah, they fail during the process, and then they fail and then learn and they succeed. Right. This is the process. So you learn a lot of things. You learn how you can get the capital, pitching, and business ideas as well. And failure is something which is the part of whatever you do in your life.
Absolutely. I would say I agree with you. Okay. Besides shows like Shark Tank, which give you a platform to be able to have capital and start your own business if you don't have the money for it, and definitely banking system is another place that one goes to. But it is believed that you do need money to make money. Do you also believe in the same?
Yes, I do believe in this process that you need money to.
So do you think wealthy people are able to invest better?
Money grows money. Yeah, this is also a reality that money grows money, and wealthy people becomes more wealthy. That is the reality, today's reality, that money is becoming more rich rather than if you talk about a small businessman or people like me, right? So money grows money. This is a default thing, which is true. But on the other hand, it is not like that. The people who have money, they can only grow money, or they can only open businesses and become big. If you have a will, if you have a risk-taking ability, and if you have if you are ready to fight with the world, you can do whatever you want to do in life. We have seen a lot of examples in front of. There are examples in front of us, like I follow cricket a lot, so I would say about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. You can see that he failed a lot in during his journey, right? I have seen his movie as well, and I follow his career as well. Like how many times he failed, he dropped a government job, and then he stayed persistent. He stayed consistent what he wanted to achieve, and now you can world knows about him, right? Very well. And there are other examples as well in terms of business also. So it is all about your will, right? You can achieve. There's nothing like that. Yes, this is also a reality that money grows. It helps in a lot of terms. It basically reduce your 50% problem if you have money. right? In terms of business and other things as well. It helps in within your journey a lot. But if you do not have money, there are things. If you have wiser mind, there are things you can get money through bank, through other sources as well. But you have to be patient, and you can't be in a hurry that within 2 months or within a year I have to earn this much amount of money and my company's stake should rise up to that level. So yeah, that is also a thing. It is all about human nature, and how the way you think, the way you think, that what you become basically.
Absolutely. So what you said is wealth can be a catalyst when it comes to business, but
Yes.
it cannot be what we say the be all and end all. It cannot be the sole factor necessary for success in business. This is again an expression that you can use.
Meaning here as a catalyst.
Catalyst means something that accelerates the process. An accelerator.
Oh,
it's called a catalyst.
So
wealth is a catalyst. Yes, it speeds the mechanism. Wealth is a catalyst for business, but it may not be the be all and end all. It means it may not be the sole factor responsible for the success in business. So again, two terms that you can use. One is catalyst and the other is be all and end all. There is another very interesting word that's given in session notes. I would love to bring that up because it's something that you will obviously be able to use. Bootstrap. So bootstrap means, are you already aware of the term?
No, I'm trying to recall it. I guess it's a small funding or something like. It's a funding.
No. Bootstrapping is when you promote something without any assistance or help. So for instance, the session notes reads, Jack spent years bootstrapping through college. People who are not born in business family, they have to bootstrap in the initial years of their business because they don't really have financial aid from family. So bootstrap is when you're trying to promote something or do something, especially in the business context, without any particular help or without any substantial assistance.
But how can you do this without any substantial help or without any capital help? You cannot. How can you promote?
What you call hustle. That's bootstrapping. Sorry, I got the typo. What is hustle but this, right? So bootstrapping is closer to the meaning of hustle. So it doesn't necessarily mean you are in the process of getting the funding. Even if you don't have it at first, it will take you some time, like you were saying. Trust the process, be patient, work hard, persevere, be persistent. So all of that combined is bootstrapping or hustling, right?
Okay.
Then there's another one, but I think these words you're familiar with. I think you're familiar with these words: agenda, deadline, proposition, and accelerate. I think you're familiar with these terms, right?
Yeah.
Do you want me to repeat them?
Yeah, you can repeat, but I guess I know agenda and.
Yeah, agenda is purpose. For instance, agenda of the meeting is this. Deadline we're fairly familiar with, I believe. Proposition